Our head dance instructor here this morning is the one and only Brian Duffy, as we're going to try to figure out what in the world you're going to create today. And you said you're going to have a lot of fun today.
Yeah, I think I am.
Well, it's about time.
I know. I mean, at this time of year, every 4 years, I never have any fun whatsoever.
No.
It is so tough to come up with ideas that it just, I literally sweat bullets. So we're going to do something different. We're going to explain how I take a metaphor of whatever.
Okay.
That people can recognize, most people. Some people, we've already tested it here. We found there's some people that might be a little too young to remember some of this stuff here, but I think most people will know.
You said a name and you said, do you know who this is? I said no. But if you draw what I think you're going to draw, I'm going to know exactly what you're talking about.
You will know who this is. And as I draw, you will know who it is. However, it is going to morph into something else.
Else?
Uh-huh. Yes.
All right.
So here we go. All right, so anyway, I can even explain a little bit of who I'm going to draw because I can do that. It's Alfred E. Newman.
Got it.
Who is the poster boy for Mad Magazine. Now, Mad Magazine is the required reading for any cartoonist. I mean, that's what all of the cartoonists really cut their teeth on, was Mad Magazine for years. You know, it's not, if you were a editorial cartoonist, yeah, the comic strips were fine, but you wanted to have some bite to it. Mm-hmm. And Mad Magazine has always had some bite to it over their entire, 60-some years of existence. Now, they had this one individual known as Alfred E. Newman that was kind of their poster boy.
Right.
Now, they actually started using him, I think, back in the 60s. And it was one of the cartoonists that had come up with the image of Alfred E. Newman. And it was off of a postcard, but prior to that, it was the figure was back in like 1915, and the individual in it was, I guess it was for some kind of pharmacy or medication, whatever.
Oh.
So he kind of morphed over the years, and I mean, when I get to a certain point, you're going to see exactly the thing that always everybody remembers. And I think even if people weren't a regular reader,
you're doing it now. And
that.
Just about ready.
Just about ready.
Yep.
And we put the gap in there, and everybody knows exactly who that is.
Yeah.
The Alfred E. Newman. Now, Alfred E. Newman was kind of somebody that the line was, "What me worry?"
Right.
And so it's kind of like, I don't have a care in the world. I'm not worried about something that's just about to happen to me because I don't know what's about to happen. And even if I did, I'm not supposed to worry about that stuff, right? Well, the problem is, and this is where the metaphors really work nicely, is that when you're clueless on things, or you try and be, you allow cartoonists to come up and do things. And this is what we say as using a metaphor as a vehicle to drive the cartoon idea. So this person, this Alfred E. Newman, I'm going to be using his face, but the person is going to be changing a little bit.
Okay.
As I'm drawing the individual, putting longer hair on.
That's okay.
Are we getting Hillary-ish?
Very, I'm guessing.
And
Or Chelsea-ish?
well, it's
all in the family.
It's somebody that has all of a sudden plummeted in the polls. Latest
Carly.
Iowa poll has shown her to be dropping
Carly's always been plummeting in the polls.
recently. Well, this is on the Democratic side. So who would you think it would be?
Only we have to be one.
It would only have to be Hillary.
Yes.
So, what me worry is the line that he always had, and no matter what kind of disaster was about to befall him, or her in this case. So this is what a cartoonist will do, is that I'll use a metaphor, and it makes it a lot easier for people just to pick up the idea of what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So in this case, the Iowa poll has shown her to be dropping and virtually tied now with Bernie Sanders. Now, he hasn't been coming up all that much. It's mainly that she's been dropping.
Okay.
So
I see what you're saying.
this is the image I have. I actually have a final cartoon that I'm putting on my website that I sent out to the newspapers, but it's Hillary saying, of course, what? Me worry?
I think I'm going to switch to Democrat side again and caucus for Bernie.
For Bernie?
I think I would do more good there.
So there we have that, the idea of how we put
Well
something
done.
together.
That was really cool how you
That sounds
transformed
pretty
that.
good.
And then you mentioned you said you're going to put it up on your website,
It's going to be on my website
which
within
is
minutes.
Which is
BrianDuffyCartoons.com, and also on Twitter page of Duffy Inc. So you can see it there, and probably Pinterest and everything else. And my book is out on the Iowa caucuses, if you ever want to know anything about it in the past history, all in cartoon form. So you don't have to do a lot of reading. There's pictures for
We
you.
like that.
And don't forget, you can
yeah.
pick up this month's Iowa History Journal and see Duffy and his great work as well. So a lot of places to catch you in a very busy time as we get inch ever so closer to the Iowa caucus.
It's when everybody's paying attention now. Yes.
there it is. Yep. There. Well done, my friend.
Thank you very much.
All right, buddy.
Very good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.